My name is Alex. I just turned 17 and became a sophomore in high school this spring. Actually, until last year, I attended a high school known for its strong football program. I started playing football in elementary school and got a sports scholarship to that high school when I was in junior high. Honestly, when I first started playing football, my athletic ability was below average. But I wanted to improve, so I spent all my free time practicing football. All that effort paid off when I received a recommendation from the prestigious school, and I was truly happy, thinking I could continue playing the sport I loved. However, once I got to high school, I couldn't fit in with the football team at all. Despite there being many team members, I couldn't make friends with anyone, and before I knew it, I became the target of their teasing. I don't have any special skills besides football, and I'm not good at talking, so I don't have many friends. It seemed like everyone around me found me undesirable, including my senior, Michael, and everyone else, who looked down on me. Even the coach seemed to notice that I stood out awkwardly within the team. When I went to submit my resignation from the team, the coach seemed really relieved. I hadn't made any remarkable contributions since joining, and there were many students better than me. It seemed the coach was internally troubled about how to deal with me. "Alex, you've done well so far. Life is much longer from here on out, and it's better to find something else you're passionate about." Hearing the coach's words, I was deeply shocked. It made me painfully aware that no one at this school needed me anymore. Thus, I dropped out of high school and transferred to a private high school in the neighboring state. The rumor that I had gone to a prestigious school had already spread in my hometown, and the middle school teachers wouldn't look kindly upon me dropping out despite getting in through a sports scholarship. Considering that, I wanted to go as far away as possible. My grandmother lived alone in the neighboring state, so I moved in with her and started anew at the private high school. Honestly, I have no expectations for my new life. I don't plan to play football ever again, and I don't want to be hurt like that again. So, I decided to keep a low profile and just wait for the days to pass by quickly. Perhaps sensing my stance, my new classmates didn't try to involve themselves with me more than necessary. There seemed to be a few other students who had transferred for similar reasons, so I wasn't such a rare case in this school. I just hoped my days would continue to pass by peacefully. But then, an unexpected turn of events occurred in May. The entire school had a class match, and the sport, of all things, was football. Just when I thought I'd never play football again, I was bewildered but couldn't refuse to participate. Reluctantly stepping onto the field, I found myself surprisingly immersed in the game once it started. Though I was out of practice for about 3 months, my passes were accurate, and I even scored goals. I was so focused on the game that I didn't notice my surroundings, but when I did, I realized that everyone, including my class, was paying close attention to me. We won the match, leaving the opposing team, who were the favorites to win, in shock. "Alex, you're amazing. I never thought we could beat the team that was expected to win." My classmate Jordan approached me excitedly. "Oh no. I didn't expect to win against a team that was favored to win." I had planned to keep a low profile. Trying to brush it off, I said, No, it was just luck." But then I was suddenly approached from behind. "No, I can tell. Your football skills are exceptional. You must have practiced a lot, haven't you?" Turning around, I was stunned to see a breathtakingly beautiful girl. With her long hair flowing and slender legs peeking out from her tracksuit, she stood out on the field. Oh no. Being approached by such a beauty will only draw more attention to me. Unaware of my feelings, the beautiful girl continued excitedly. "I'm Johnson, the football team assistant. Alex, please, we need you to join our football team to help us rise to the top." "No, thanks. I've decided not to play football anymore." I turned my back on Johnson and dashed away. "No way." I transferred schools to get away from football, and now to be scouted for the football team. According to Jordan, whom I spoke with the next day, she's quite popular around the school. Johnson is incredibly beautiful, right? Plus, she's been demonstrating her assistant skills since middle school. Her middle school even made it to a major tournament thanks to her assistant, and our football team's advisor has high hopes for her. Wow. Since the class match incident, Jordan and I found ourselves spending time together before we knew it. Despite my intention not to make any new friends, I never expected this outcome. Jordan is very approachable and kind, which allowed me to feel a sense of comfort with a friend after a long time. However, that doesn't mean I'm considering rejoining the football team. But Johnson didn't give up and came to me almost every day, persistently inviting me to join the football team. "Alex, let's play football. It's a waste for someone as talented as you not to play." During breaks, Johnson would appear in front of me, lively in her blazer. As soon as she showed up, the whole class turned their attention to us. Jordan, among others, seemed to find this interaction amusing, but I was always nervous about that. As I've explained many times, I'm not interested in playing football. The class match was just a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. Wow. She suddenly got close, making my heart beat faster. Her sweet, feminine scent drifted towards me, drawing me in. For me, who had been focused solely on football, with no interaction with girls, Johnson's forward approach was overwhelmingly stimulating. Yet, oblivious to my feelings, she continued to argue her point with her big eyes fixed on me. "Besides, Alex, with some adjustments to your form, your skills could improve significantly. Our school's coach has a sports trainer qualification and is knowledgeable about such things." I was somewhat interested in this. The high school I had attended was more about brute force, with little regard for efficient training. A tailored approach to training and form could indeed lead to more effective improvement. Still, I couldn't bring myself to agree. "Sorry, but I'm not interested." My voice came out colder than I intended. "What?" Johnson seemed to sense my coldness, showing a fleeting expression of sadness. For some reason, that made my heart ache. What was that about? What was that just now? But at that moment, the bell signaling the end of break rang, and Johnson, too, finally headed back to her own classroom. Noticing something was off, Jordan approached me with concern. "Alex, are you okay? You seem a bit off." "It's nothing." I felt guilty for hurting her feelings. Yet, in an attempt to justify myself, I came up with various excuses in my head. Johnson must be scouting me for her own benefit. Her reputation would rise if her managed team made it to a big tournament. Any guy would probably listen to such a beautiful girl's request. There must be other students with great athletic abilities in this school, not just me. I don't need to join the football team just for her sake. I realized these were terrible excuses filled with victim mentality, but perhaps I was still haunted by my past failures. I strongly wish never to be hurt by my beloved football again. A few days later, I woke up unusually early and arrived at school about 40 minutes earlier than usual. Wondering what to do so early, I accidentally spotted Johnson on the field. Though all club activities were supposed to be off this morning, there she was, dragging the field marker. And she was doing it all by herself. Seeing her like that instantly made my heart tighten. She truly cherishes the football team as their assistant. Without rest, diligently leveling the ground, I found myself compelled to speak to her for some reason. "Good morning, Johnson. It must be tough to be working on the field so early in the morning." When she noticed my voice, she stopped her work and greeted me. "Good morning, Alex. Yes, actually, there was a practice match with another school last night, and the ground ended up rougher than usual. So, I thought I'd clean it up," she said with a smile. Her sincerity was so palpable that in that moment, I truly thought she was beautiful. Not just her appearance, but I deeply realized how beautiful her heart is. The team members are really lucky to have someone like you as their assistant. Alex, do you have a moment after this? There's something I want to talk about. Please wait in front of the club room while I change into my uniform. Confused by her request, I responded, okay, and waited for her to finish changing. About 10 minutes later, the door to the club room opened and Johnson invited me in. Being alone in a closed room early in the morning with a beautiful girl like her was unbelievable. What could she possibly want to talk about? Due to extreme nervousness, my heart was pounding as if it were racing. Then, suddenly, she grabbed my hand. Alex, please touch this, she said. Caught off guard, I tried to look away, but she insisted, please, look closely, pressing my palm against her thigh. What is this? Surprised by the unexpected sensation, my eyes widened. There was a large, painful-looking scar on her thigh. Such a scar wouldn't have remained unless it was from a serious injury. Actually, I got this scar during a football match in my first year of junior high, she revealed. What? As I looked at her face in surprise, I saw a sorrowful expression. It was as if the pain inflicted by that scar was still present, even after 3 years. Alex, I've kept this quiet, but my birth family name is Taylor. Influenced by you, I played football until I got injured in elementary school, she confessed. Wait, Johnson, was that Emily? As a kid, I often played football with friends at the local park. Among them was a girl named Emily Taylor, who tried to play football with the boys. However, the boys disliked her presence. They thought it was ridiculous for a girl to play football and tried to drive Emily out of the park. But from the moment I saw her, I felt she had something special. Despite being ridiculed by the boys, she never gave up and chased the ball with unwavering passion. Inspired by her zeal, I eventually started practicing with her, and she became one of the best players in the park. After that, no boy dared to tell her to leave the park. In my memory, Emily was a tomboy with a short haircut and tan skin. I never imagined that the beautiful long-haired Emily in front of me was the same person. I was speechless from the shock. She continued to explain. After my parents divorced, I had to move away and couldn't say goodbye properly to you, Alex. But not a single day has passed when I haven't thought about you. Meeting you made me dedicate myself to football as a player until the day I got injured. Emily. I found myself calling her Emily just like in those days. So that was the reason she suddenly stopped coming to the park. When I got injured, I was devastated, thinking I could never play football again. As Emily spoke, her shoulders trembled, conveying her deep anguish. But I still love football. Becoming an assistant has given me a new purpose in life. Being involved with football in this way, and meeting you again, Alex, has made me incredibly happy, she said, her eyes brimming with tears, looking straight at me. How shallow I had been. Unlike Emily, even now, I could fully commit to football whenever I chose to. I was using my painful memory as an excuse to run away from football. Yet Emily, despite being physically and emotionally wounded, rebounded with a strong spirit and continued to love football. Losing to a younger girl like this, I was an incredible coward. But I believe I can still make a fresh start. Emily, thank you. I've come to realize my own feelings. I want to play football too. Alex, I'm so happy. It's been truly worthwhile being the assistant up until this day. Saying this, Emily finally showed me a smile, even as tears fell. The moment I saw her smile, my heart felt lighter. I want to protect this smile. I want to face football with all my heart again. That was the moment I truly realized this. Afterward, I officially joined a football team and started practicing with the other members. Thanks to Emily, the team's mood maker. The atmosphere within the club was excellent, and I quickly became part of the team. The coach was certainly strict, but he cared deeply for every team member and used his trainer qualifications to provide appropriate guidance. With the coach's instruction and Emily's support, the team members steadily improved and managed to win the city tournament. Next, we aimed to compete in the state tournament. Let's eat. As I was energetically eating breakfast before going to school, my grandmother opened her mouth with a smile. "It's really good to see Alex so energetic. You truly come alive when you're playing football." My grandmother had been worried about me, so it was great to finally put her mind at ease. The reason I can enjoy my days like this is all thanks to Emily. "Thank you, Grandma. I'm really blessed." After saying, "That was very good breakfast," I dashed off to school. I wanted to play football, even if just for a moment. With that thought, I felt as light as if I had wings on my feet, allowing me to run effortlessly. Emily was already on the field, leveling the ground as usual. "Good morning, Alex." "Good morning. All right, I'm going to help with the leveling too." Saying that, I joined Emily and worked on the field together. Our conversation was mainly about the upcoming tournament. Spending time with her like this made me deeply realize how special she was to me. I wanted to be closer with her, not just as an assistant and a team member, but in a more significant way. "Emily, what is it?" The moment she looked at me with her big, beautiful eyes, I felt my heart race and lost my words. "It's nothing." "Come on. It's not fair to stop halfway. I'll tell you if we win the next tournament." I can't express my feelings as directly as Emily does. "So please wait a bit longer," I said in my mind. "After we've grown a bit more through the tournament, I'll properly tell her how much I like her."